Welcome to Rosebud Homestead. This is our second video for Asparagus Week, and we're so glad you could join us. We are hoping that you will share our videos all around and get the good word out about how our community really focuses on self-reliance, on food security, and on emergency preparedness. And today we're going to be doing safe canning of asparagus, which means pressure canning. And I'm going to be using my Instant Pot Max to do this. And if you have any questions about why I feel safe about using the Instant Pot Max, I will put the video up at the very end to refer you to the scientific testing that I did on the Instant Pot Max that secured in our minds that it does safe pressure canning at our elevation. So we'll get started in just a moment. So I have a huge bunch of asparagus right here. And to do asparagus, to pressure can asparagus, all you need to do is, I'm going to be doing cold pack, which means just not hot. It isn't cold out of the refrigerator either. I'm just going to do like raw pack. And so you will notice that the asparagus are too long for the jars. So I'm going to be cutting them off about right here, so I just have the tip ends that I'm going to be canning here. I could can them in quarts, but I used to be really fond of canned asparagus or home canned asparagus. We used to eat it all the time out of a can when I was growing up. I'm no longer that fond of it when I have other alternatives. So I'm just going to save the tip ends, but this piece is not going to go to waste. I'm going to be doing something else with it, which I'm going to be showing you in one of the other videos. So what I'm going to do right now, the jars I just washed with hot soapy water, they are still warm. So I'm going to lay a jar down here so I'll know about what I need to do. And I'm going to just go ahead and cut right there. And then I'm going to stack them in the jar to see how close I was. Well, that's pretty close. So I'm going to continue filling these jars with the asparagus tips, and then we'll go from there. So we are done, and I have now 4 pints of asparagus tips. Now when you are canning asparagus, pressure canning asparagus, you can do it up tall like this, or you can just cut it in 1-inch chunks, and whatever way you would like to do it, that is just fine. Now I'm going to add something that I usually do not add, but with asparagus I need to do this for us, and I'm putting in about 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt in each one of these jars, and then I'm going to fill up to 1 inch so I can leave some headspace with the boiling water. And I just turned it off, it has been boiling. So here we go, up to the 1-inch line, so we can leave headspace. Now some of the asparagus tips are going to be up out of that water, but that is okay, it won't hurt a thing. And we will enjoy these very much. About the only thing that I like to do with these is to just serve them for dinner. And so it will give us 2 servings of this. Oh my gosh, I'm going to come out just about exactly right. Okay, and then the lids and rings, and then I'll show you how we start the canner. So this is what it looks like with everything all done, and I'm going to put 4 of these pints right in the Instant Pot Max. And I am following the USDA guidelines in terms of the amount of cooking time. Now you'll notice when I put these lids on, sometimes the lids don't fall straight flat like on those other 3. This one does. And so I'm bending them a little bit when I'm putting the lid and the ring on, and that won't hurt anything. Okay, so we have our 4 pints in here. That's all that the max will do. And the USDA says 30 minutes for our elevation for pints, 30 minutes. And so all I have to do is put the lid on, select canning, and set the time, and we'll begin. So I'm going to do that on camera. The lid is in place. I'm going to come around here so I can see. All we need to do is select canning, and then, oh, the time is perfect. It's 30 minutes, so that is good to go. We need to be sure and check the pressure, that it is on all the way to the right to the max setting. So we have canning, 30 minutes, pressure is max, and we are ready to start. So we will let this depressurize naturally. I'm not going to do a quick release or anything like that because it's going to need that extra kill time. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you've been watching some of our other videos on safe canning and how to avoid botulism. And so we want to make sure that we have plenty of kill time on this. So we're going to let it cool down naturally. Some of that kill time is included in the cool down time. So we'll be back when these are ready to take out of the canner. It's been 2 hours, so we had our processing time plus the cool down time, and everything is done. It's been sitting here for about 10 minutes since the last of the pressure dropped. So it's time for us to see what happened on the inside now. So I'm going to carefully open this up. And we will lift these out. Okay, there's one. Now we can get the rest out with the lifter. Boiling, boiling hot. They're still boiling on the inside. They have shrunk in size. Their color is still pretty good. And they look really good. So these will be a nice addition to our shelves. We have had a little bit of siphoning in this one. And sometimes it's just a mystery of why that happens. This is about the first time I've ever had any siphoning in the Max, so I'm not sure exactly what happened. But as you look at the water on the inside of the Max, you can see that some of the water from that jar has boiled out and turned the water in the canner a little bit yellow. Now, even though this has siphoned, this jar will still probably seal most likely, and it will be just fine. The asparagus may be up above the water line or the liquid line, but it will be just fine. And so this is one great way to preserve asparagus, and it will keep on your shelf for 2 or 3 years, canned like this. So this is video number 2 of Asparagus Week. And we will, in our next video, be looking at some of the ways that we can use this preserved asparagus, from the freeze drying, from the dehydrating, and from the canning as well. So thanks for joining us on Asparagus Week. We're having a great time. Hope you are too. And we will see you with our next video.